After this video, I have one more which will end this series. This is video number 11. For over 30 years, conservatives have said that companies are moving out of places such as California and New York, and are moving to places such as Texas and Alabama. They are moving to places where taxes are lower. This is a complete lie. About 10 years ago, California was the 8th largest economy in the world. Larger than Great Britain, France, Canada, Russia, Mexico, Spain and most other countries. Now today, California's economy has grown to be the 6th largest economy in the world. You cannot go from being number 8 to number 6 unless you are producing more goods and services. To produce more goods and services you need more people. Therefore, people and companies are not moving out of California. They are moving to California. I will try to explain this through examples. Back in the early 90s, my friend named Jimmy was an engineer. The company he worked at was in Illinois. However, the company was going to move the business to South Carolina, and the company was willing to pay all the moving costs for anyone that wanted to move with the company. Jimmy and his wife visited South Carolina, and the cost of buying a house in South Carolina was cheaper than in Illinois. In fact, the cost of living in South Carolina was much cheaper than living in Illinois. However, Jimmy and his wife did not like South Carolina because there was nothing to do. So instead of moving to South Carolina, they decided to stay in Illinois. After graduating college, I had friends who got jobs in places such as rural Indiana, rural Michigan and rural Louisiana. Yes, they made a very good living. They worked for corporate 500 corporations. They got paid as much as if they were working in a major city. Plus, the cost of living was half as much compared to living in a major city. However, they could not save any money because they would spend most of their money leaving every weekend to go to places where they could relax or have fun. People want to enjoy the money they earn. What is the point of working if you cannot enjoy life? Because most of these places only have bars where all you can do is drink. And where the only activities you can do is come home and watch television, these companies have difficulty attracting talented people. Now regarding the working class man. When I lived in Arizona, I did meet people who moved from California to Arizona because the cost of living in Arizona is cheaper compared to California. However, after 2 years, they all moved back to California. They said that the cost of living is cheaper in Arizona, but you get paid less. So the cost of living is the same in both places, but the biggest difference is that in California, if you have no money, there are still things you can do, such as go to the waterfront, Fisherman Wharf or the beach. Where in Arizona, if you have no money, the only thing you can do is sit by the pool. People forget about the owner of the company or the president. Wherever the owner or the president relocates the company, they also have to move. They also have to live there. Most multimillionaires live in major cities because this is where they can enjoy life the most. Where their children, wife and family can enjoy life the most. Where there are the most conveniences and amenities. People do not live to go to work. People work so they can live. Living means enjoying life. My father moved his business from Illinois to North Carolina. And after a year, we all moved back. Enjoying life can mean different things to different people. Plus, depending on the stage of life you are in, what you enjoyed when you were young can be different compared to when you are old. And most people between the ages of 20 and 40 want to be in a place where they can meet the most people. Where men have the greatest opportunity to meet the most women. And where women have the greatest opportunity to meet the most men. Plus, you also want your children to have these opportunities. This is why every major corporation has headquarters or offices in New York and California. And why they are not in places where the costs of living or taxes are cheaper, such as Texas, Alabama or Mississippi.